मैं कह रहा था 3-4 महीने आप लोग बेसिकली क्या मैकेनिक्स ही पढ़ने वाले हैं। मैकेनिक्स को अगर पढ़ना है तो मेरा ये मानना है कि आपको बिल्कुल स्क्रैच से पढ़ना चाहिए। एक एक चीज उसकी पढ़नी पड़ेगी स्टार्टिंग से, तभी आप इसको समझ पाओगे। लेट अस सी फ्रॉम द वेरी बहुत ही सिंपल चीज लेके। यू हैव ए सरफेस, एक ब्लॉक रखा है। व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज अ एंड दिस इज योर उस ब्लॉक का मास m है। नाउ this block is on the surface. So there is a interaction between the block and the surface. The surface can be anything. Your table also can be there. Correct? So let us see, analyze the forces. The forces क्या होंगे? ये आपका ब्लॉक है, इसका वेट है, that will be mg, correct? And there will be a contact force also. Whenever there are two surfaces, one is the surface of the block, another one is your surface. It can be your table also. When they are in contact, there will be always be a contact force. What is that contact force? That will be your, no, we call it as normal reaction. This is the free body diagram of block. What about the surface? Surface, the same contact force will be there on the surface. Now, what is this normal reaction, or what is this contact force? I told you this block and the surface, they are in interaction, correct? So block is putting a force, applying a force on the surface, this, and this surface is applying a force on the block, is this. Since it's a contact force, this is a, this will be equal. It is an internal force, you can say. Very simple. From this free body diagram, you can see M is equal to Mg. Correct? Very simple. Simplest thing in the physics. I always tell my students, study the physics in a very simplest way. Correct? Now, Let us see one more. Suppose you have a surface, you have the same block, mass M is there. Now you have a force. Now you have a force. Now think about the normal reaction now. Think about the normal reaction now. If we analyze, we can divide this force into two components. Of course, there will be. What about the contact force? Contact force is again, suppose in this case it is N, then what will be the contact force? We can write like this, N plus F simple, very simple, correct? Here it is correct. This is the, here it is this, here it is this. Let us delve into a little deeper. Mass M, surface is there. Then suppose you have a force like this. If you have a force like this, then what will happen? First of all, let us resolve these forces horizontally and vertically. Again, what is normal force? In this case, what will be your normal force? Here, normal force will be M. This is upward. What are the downward forces? They should be equal. Correct? So, three situations. Now, one more important thing here. Here, suppose if this force is with a friction, what is this? This is the coefficient of friction. Then, what is the frictional force here? Mu n mu times mg minus what is the frictional force here? Mg. Very simple to understand this. But with this, you can draw one conclusion. Here, same block. The only thing is application of force is different in these two blocks. But here, friction force is less. Here, friction force is more. Just see, all other things are equal. That means your one thing which you have studied in your earlier classes, pulling the block is easier than pushing it. Correct? Simple. Very simple, understand. Here, mu is there, but since there is no horizontal force, so this block will be at rest. Correct? In this, if any doubt is there, you can always tell me. I hope you understood this. If you want to note down this, you can pause the screen and note down. Let me rub it to go further. Now, let us go further, deeper into the problems. Here, two things are there we have seen when block our normal reaction was mg minus f sine theta, or friction force was basically mu mg minus F, correct? And in this case, M here, basically F was mu mg plus, correct? Let us analyze the motion of these two blocks, because if you see, there is a horizontal force, there is a vertical force. Here also there is a horizontal force and there is a vertical force. Correct? If somebody asks you in what condition these blocks are going to move, it's very easy, because what is restricting the motion of the, here is this horizontal force is there, which will try to move the block in both the cases. Here it is this. It's very simple. When F cos theta is greater than mu then it will move. Condition of, in this case, when F cos theta is greater than mu, then this block will move. Now, if the block moves, then what it will have? It will have acceleration. If I say, what will be the acceleration of this? Very simple. I told you, study the physics in a very simple way. Correct? So let us see. Acceleration is nothing but, we know, F net divided by mass. What is F net? Suppose if this block is moving, means F cos theta is greater than this. That means F cos theta minus mu mg, this is the acceleration. Any problem? In this case also, what will be the acceleration? Acceleration will be basically F cos theta minus, so if you have a single block, any kind of force, if it is there on the block, then you can find out the normal reaction. You can find out the friction force. you can find out the acceleration. But one thing, let me tell you. If I say f cos theta is less than your f here. What is f is? What is this? This is the frictional force. If it is less than this, then that means what? Block will not move. But in that case, if I ask you what is the frictional force, then what will be the friction force? Then friction force will be F cos theta only. This is the basically maximum friction you can see. But if this force is less than this limiting friction or maximum friction, then of course one more thing is there. If you are given static friction and correct. If the block is moving, then of course you have to put this kinetic friction here because block is moving. Understand this. Don't put a static friction coefficient. Got it? And of course, limiting friction is okay. This is the force to analyze whether when the block will start moving. You got my point? I hope you must have understood. A single block problems, how to find out the acceleration, normal reaction, these things, that thing, whatever. My point is, I always say my students, if you go for any kind of problem, just see what are the other things can be asked in that problem. It is not that if you are doing a problem and you are asked to find out acceleration only. No. You, apart from acceleration, just see what are the other forces and what are the other forces they can be asked to analyze and find in the question. Correct? This was all about block problem. Now, let us go further. Just when I am rubbing my board, just recapitulate what we have seen, what we have learned in the last 5 to 10 minutes. One word is there. If you are recapitulating, you have a habit of recapitulating, then you are a competition material. You can beat any competition. Recapitulation means whenever you come across anything in physics study, it is the method of study. Whenever you do something, some derivation, something, just After doing that, you just recapture. Just try to remember, try to go through the same all steps in your mind. Make a print of those things in your mind. Because if you are going for a competition, competition is very severe, very hard. In those conditions means whatever you have studied, you have to put this thing to your subconscious mind. Then only. Now, one more important thing is there. You have a block. Since we are going through these kind of problems, we have seen this mass will be, of course, it's a uniform body. It will be at the center of mass in the middle. And this is the normal reaction will also pass through the center of mass. Correct? But suppose this block is having a height of h, and this is a. Correct? Then suppose if I apply a force like this, if I apply a force like this, and this is a friction surface. Correct? In this case, this normal reaction, what about the position of the normal reaction? It will remain at the center or it will shift. So, normal reaction does not necessarily be at the center to keep the body in the equilibrium. Correct? I'll show you this, how it is basically. Let us see what are the forces on this. This is your coefficient of friction surface is your naturally here friction force will be there, and normal reaction will not be now at the center. It will shift to the right because force is like this. Why to the right? You will see that. Correct? Now, what will happen? Because of this force, suppose if we take a point here, suppose this point is O, and take a moment about O, because this force will try to rotate this body. Correct? But if we have axis like this, the moment of these two forces, F and mg, that will be 0. Then what remains to keep the body in equilibrium? Only n. Suppose this is x distance. Then torque is what? And torque will be anti-clockwise torque. If you see, that will be N into X, correct? And this must be equal to F into H. Because, because there is no other forces available to keep this body in equilibrium, because it will, this force will have a tendency to rotate this block about this axis. But so means FH. What about N? N is still vertical force and downward force. There are only in the vertical direction only two forces. This is mg, or we can write it as. So this is the distance x through which your normal reaction will shift to the right. It will not shift to the left. If it shifts to the left, then what will happen? It will generate a torque in the same direction as F. It will add in rotating, correct? So to keep the things in equilibrium, now what is the maximum distance of X? Maximum distance of X is only this much, A by 2, correct? Maximum distance of X is only A by 2. If X is A by 2, then what will happen? Then this normal reaction will come here, correct? So this, then in that case, F into H will be equal to mg into A by 2. Suppose if we take the torque from here, the n, torque of n will be 0, moment of n will be 0 about this axis. We have only mg, and it will have a clockwise, mg will have anti-clockwise. As long as this condition is fulfilled, your block will not topple. Okay? The moment your this thing F into H is greater than mg into A by 2, the moment your F into H is greater than mg into A by 2, then block will topple. Very simple, because this anti-clockwise moment, the moment it is more than the clockwise moment, which is keeping it into the equilibrium, then it will move. So your block will become like this. Will topple. I hope this is clear. Correct? Then another condition is also there. What is F? F is a frictional force which is preventing the block to move on this surface horizontally. Correct? And what is F? F is nothing but mu into N, and that is mu into. Correct. So this is the maximum force which is preventing the block from sliding on this surface. Okay. Then suppose now what is the horizontal force which is moving it horizontally? That is F. When F is greater than mu or mu mg, then block will start sliding. So this is the condition for the sliding, and this is the condition for the toppling. Correct? Now, in this case, we can always see question, the natural question comes when you apply a force F, you are given mu, everything is given. Now, whether the block will slide or whether the block will topple. Correct? Here, in this case, if you see F is greater than mg A by 2h. We can write it as. Correct? Now, if you are this thing, what is the sliding? This thing? This thing. Yeah, means F is equal to mu mg. If it is less than mg A by 2h. If it is less than this thing, means sliding occurs first. पहले स्लाइड करना स्टार्ट कर देगा. क्यों? क्योंकि the force which is preventing the sliding is less than this. Or we can say mg cancels out. Your mu is less than A by 2h. You can always tell from the figure. Correct? Now, if it is not, means your mu mg is greater than mg A by 2h, then toppling occurs यानी कि स्लाइड करने से पहले ही टॉपल हो जाएगा. यानी म्यू इज ग्रेटर देन ए बाय correct. So this was the insight in a very simple problem, a block which is resting on the surface. So These things you are going to learn means in a different way in your classes in different chapters, which I have covered in this 35 minutes of this thing in one lecture. Because first your law of motion forces are there, then you'll be taught friction, then like that capsule wise they are going to make. But if you learn the things in this manner, in a very and very simple way, then there is no problem. Correct? Now, next problem is, now this block was, earlier we have seen, this block was kept on a horizontal surface and whatever possible things can be there that we have studied. Now, same way, similar way, let us see. If the block is kept on an inclined plane, if the block is kept on an inclined plane, in the same way, what will be the forces? What will be the normal reactions? Whether it will topple, when it will slide, all these things we are going to cover when? In tomorrow's lecture, this live class at the same time at 5 p.m. Correct? That is 15th. So tomorrow, come back at the same time. How was this lecture? How was this simplification which I have get you across your mind? Please do share your thoughts, your feelings in the comment box. One more thing, if you want to study physics, class 11, class 12, or if you are a dropper for JEE Mains and Advanced, and of course NEET, please do ping me at this number. You can see this number on my YouTube channel. There is a website also, edjee.in, correct? So you can connect with me for your tutoring purpose also. Tutoring purpose also, we can tutor you for the full 1 year. Classes can be there. There is no problem if you want to study with me, correct? So we will again meet tomorrow at the 5 p.m. Correct? Thank you very much. Yeah, do subscribe my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe my channel. It's very essential for me. Correct?